But we're not here for that tonight. And I want to hear barking, I want to hear yelling, because we're here to see John Johnson. And from our Cleveland Browns, Super Bowl Browns this year, by the way. And I could go on and on about John and how great he is. And we have an intro video to introduce him. And you'll see a lot of interceptions when he was with the Rams, which are great plays. But his best plays are yet to come in this year's Super Bowl. So we're going to play this intro video, and then we'll get the show on the road. Thanks. Please welcome John Johnson.
Oh man, energy in here is crazy. I'm gonna say sorry for that last. Sorry about that. 2019. What'd you say? It's all good. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Goddess Restaurant for having us all. Thank you for you guys for having me. And we just want to have fun with it. You know, I think we got a Q&A session. And I just want to start by saying, give you a little few words of wisdom from me. I was contemplating on what I wanted to talk about, and it all boiled down to just being the best at what you want to do. You know, not everyone can make it to the NFL, but we need construction workers, we need CEOs, we need doctors, we need lawyers, and that all starts with your daily rhythm. You know, just being the best at what you want to do. I want to be the best guy making bowls of cereal. I want to be the guy, the best shoe tie. I want to be the best everything that I do, and that's how it started for me. So just coming up, it was always a competition for me. You know, no one was going to outwork me, no one was going to beat me, and just relaying the message to you guys. Be the best at, you know, timetables. Be the best at fractions. Be the best at every single thing that you do. Read alongs at night. And when you look up at the end of the day, you're going to be, you know, very successful. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep things loose. Have fun with it. I'm happy to be in Cleveland. It's been nothing but love. I was in the back listening to the whole thing. There's so much energy in this room, and there's so much excitement about this season, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to put our best work out there. We got a big W on Sunday, and we look forward to many more. So I think we can bounce around and have fun. Let's go.
All right, John, first off, thanks for being here. Once again, everybody give a round of applause right now. So John, whenever I do an interview, one of the first questions I ask people is, tell us your Creek Hero story. Well, you're not from the Creek Hero, right? So tell us about you. How'd you grow up? You know, you went to school, all that, and how did you fall in love with football? How'd that all happen?
Yeah, that's a great starting point. I always wanted to play basketball growing up. I was a basketball player. I didn't play organized football until like 8th grade. So I grew up in Hyattsville, Maryland. It's not that far from here. A lot closer than LA. And you know, I had both parents. I got an older brother, and you know, he did a lot for me. He didn't really play sports, but he was always, you know, pushing me to be the best that I can be. And like I said, I played basketball until 8th grade, the year before high school. And then I had like a little growth spurt, like I think it was after my freshman year of high school to sophomore year, so I was like, I'm about 6 feet tall. The odds at the NBA might not be so great. So I was like, let me stick in this football thing. And I just kept working every day. And before I knew it, I saw that college was a possibility. It was a strong possibility of going to Boston College. That was like my first big offer. And I ended up like committing shortly after. And probably the best decision of my life. Great academics, great football. And just, like I said, just keep stacking bricks on top of each other. Next thing I know is draft day.
All right, so you have seen snow before.
Yeah.
Do you think you're ready for these Cleveland winters?
I've been hearing a lot of things. What do y'all think, man? Is it that bad?
Did you really just ask, is it that bad? Yeah, hey, it's that bad, okay?
I'm from Maryland. We had seasons. I think I'll be all right.
I was here to cover the Browns' perfect season for you when we went 0-16, which that seems like decades ago now, right? It was what, negative 20 that day? Like my hand like froze to the microphone. All right. So listen. So you said draft day. So talk us through that. What was it like to become a part of the NFL? What was that like?
Yeah, it was surreal. You know, my junior year of college, I kind of was in between like going pro and going back to my senior year. We had another safety that was coming out. It was his senior year. His name is Justin Simmons. He's a pretty good player for the Broncos. I don't know if you heard of him. Pretty good player. It's an understatement. So I didn't want to step on his toes. You know, he was going, so I went back to my senior year. And I just knew if I like duplicated or even topped my junior year that I would have a good shot at it. And I just went out there, had fun with it. It was my last year with my guy. I still talk to all my college roommates. So it was awesome. And on draft day, I was actually at Boston College because I didn't know if I was going day 2, which is the second and third round, or day 3, which is like round 4 through 7. I had no idea where I was going to fall, so I didn't want to do anything too big and crazy and not get drafted. So I was just in my dorm room with a couple of my friends, and yeah, I got that call. I said California on it. I didn't think anything of it because, you know, general managers of teams could be from anywhere, and it was the Los Angeles Rams, and I was just like, I was in shock for a couple of days. It didn't really hit me until I like stepped foot on that plane and actually got to LA. You know what I'm saying? This is big leagues. There's no more football in school. This is like your job. You've got to dedicate everything to it. And, you know, I'm just having fun with it and enjoying it.
All right, so now you get drafted and you go out and you're in LA, right? So you're in LA, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like? So tell us about your experience being in LA and playing for the Rams. What was that like?
Yeah, so LA it's crazy. I mean, everything that I didn't know, you know, the Hollywood sign, you know, I watched the French Prince of Bel-Air growing up. I didn't even know that was in LA growing up until like later on. I was like, okay, so like everything you see and hear, that's exactly what it is. Like award shows, you know, you can go to the grocery store and see Kim Kardashian. Like it really is just like a whole different style of living. And it's a lot faster than a lot of different places, so you definitely gotta get adjusted to it. But playing out there, you know, it was a little. My rookie year, we had just got to LA. The previous year before I got there, that was the first year back in LA. The Rams were in St. Louis, so we were still kind of trying to win our fans back, unlike here. So it was kind of like home games would have more of the road team than Rams fans for a little bit. So we just had to get those wins underneath our belt. And my second year, we ended up going to the Super Bowl. We ended up losing, but after that, you know, we got that fan base back. They were working on a new stadium. Just got built last year. And, you know, it was fun. You know, Coach McVay is a young, lively coach. He's pretty similar to Coach Stefanski. You know, they came from the same coaching tree. And, you know, it was fun. Great coaching, great discipline, you know, building character amongst young men that are just now touching, you know, the real world. So it was awesome.
All right, so now that first contract starts to come to an end, and we know that the NFL is a business, right? And now it's time for you to do your next business move for you, right? So you start looking around and you go through the process of free agency. So talk us through that, and how did you end up being a Cleveland Brown?
Yeah, free agency it's like being in limbo, like you're stuck in a place with no direction, and it's kind of weird, you know, from when the season is over until I think it's like March 15th, March 17th. You're kind of just like working out and just like, I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to have to pack all my stuff up and move. I'm going to have to meet all new people. So, you know, just looking at the teams that needed a safety, the Browns were always in that mix. Just from, you know, just watching tape, just seeing what we needed. And I tried to look at it, obviously I gotta check my wallet and make sure, it's the right decision for me and my family. But beyond that, it was I was looking for a place where I could win, right away. And the Browns, they had just come off a playoff berth, a lot of wins, 11 wins, won a playoff game, got into a close one with Kansas City. We ended up losing, but I was looking for a team, that could be home, and it was a no-brainer to come here. Besides the snow, I think, life is good. The fans are second to none. The organization is second to none, from owner down to janitor. So I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm just happy to be here. Truly blessed.
So now, we as fans saw this defense being put together on paper, and we're like, wow. And then, it took a couple weeks, but you guys got to eat this weekend. All right, you guys got to eat. Let's hear that. So that concludes my intro questions, but I know that there are a ton of kids right here out in the audience right now, and parents probably, that have questions. Right? Who's got questions out there? Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the mic to Brian now. He's going to run the mic around to you guys, and I'm going to follow him with the camera to get your questions live on the air, okay? We'll do it as best we can. Have fun with it. You ready, John?
Yeah, don't be shy now. Ask me anything. Don't be shy.
Okay, so I'm going to the first question. Tell us, when you first saw Browns fans, what'd you think?
When I first... Oh, wait, that's your question.
Yeah, that's my
When you first saw Browns fans.
When I first, okay, so honestly, when I came here to sign my contract, I had got off the airport. Well, somebody recognized me at the airport, first of all. But I got to my hotel to check in, and I go up to the desk. She's like, last name? I said, Johnson. And I felt like someone behind me, not really eavesdropping, but just like moving around. They said, first name? I said, John. I got my room key, walked into the elevator. Doors are closing. Someone walks in the elevator like, did I hear you say John Johnson? I'm like, what? This is the first day, the first time I stepped foot in Cleveland, so it was unbelievable and I loved it.
All right, here we go.
Have you ever been in a foot race with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah. You should see week one. We had to play on week one. He's pretty fast. I think I held my own, but week one is always a little tricky. We'll get those guys. We'll see them again.
Louder.
Have I sacked Patrick Mahomes? No, my friends did, and I love to see it.
My friends did.
What is your biggest fear in the NFL?
Biggest fear.
He's going deep.
I think my biggest fear, not to get too deep, but not reaching my potential, my highest potential, not being prepared going into a game. You always want to, be prepared to be your best self, and, it's a lot of distractions. You don't want to be distracted once a game. You want to have a clear mind. So I think just going out there and, embarrassing myself and my family is my biggest fear.
What's your biggest inspiration
Louder.
as a kid?
Ooh, my biggest inspiration. I have to say, non-football player, I have to say my dad. He always worked 2 jobs to make sure everything was right for us. And there's nothing that he wouldn't do for his family, so I have to say my dad was my biggest inspiration.
Curious, how does the Browns organization as a whole compare to the LA organization as a whole? Obviously, they get the TV time, the press, but how do we,
what was that last part?
how do we do as an organization?
It's completely revamped. I mean, you look at the owner down to the general manager, Andrew Berry. Yeah, he's still early in his career, but he's doing a great job. The first thing is getting the right guys in, not just guys to produce on the field, but guys with character. And I think he's done a great job at that. So when you got a good team of great people and great, organization with great people, you can go a lot further than you think. So it all translates from, your character to on the field. So it's
Talk loud.
neck and neck, but we're gonna make that push and end up being, probably top tier, one of the best organizations in football.
Who was your favorite inspiration as a kid?
My favorite, let's go football, since I said my dad earlier. I like watching Ed Reed. He played for the Rams. I'm from Maryland, so I saw a lot of Ed Reed. He's just a guy that can do every single thing on the field, and I've always loved watching him play.
Loud. Yell. Talk loud.
I'm
best tip. I got two for you. And it might sound simple, but it's harder than it looks. Don't let anyone behind you, so always stay deeper than the deepest guy on offense, and you gotta be a great tackler. Those two things will take you a long, long, long way. So trust in it and believe me, those two things will take you a long way.
How much do you bench?
Great question. After 100 plus tackles in a couple of years, after shoulder surgery, I try to stay away from the bench, but I might be able to throw 3 patties on there. 315.
Oh man.
What is your best friend on the Browns?
My best friend on the Browns, I think that's an easy call. He's in the same shoes as I am, year 5, we're both on a new team for the first time. Anthony Walker, who plays linebacker, he came from the Colts. He's hurt right now, but I think he'll be back in 1 or 2 weeks, but we live in the same apartment building and, hang out pretty much every day, so I say Anthony Walker.
What makes you want to destroy people?
What makes you want to destroy people?
What'd he say? What'd he say? What makes you want to destroy people? I think
What makes you want to destroy people?
he says, what makes you want to destroy people?
Whoa. That's a good question. And I hope this answer is good enough. Because I know everyone out there wants to destroy me. So, to defend myself, I need to destroy them. One more time, please. Sorry.
What are all the positions you played?
All the positions I played. Okay, so my first year I played strictly wide receiver. I played corner, and then in college I went into college as a cornerback. I played a little wildcat quarterback. I couldn't throw, so whenever I went in that quarterback, it was a run. But yeah, it was predominantly safety.
How do you feel about intercepting it on your friends from the Los Angeles Rams?
I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get to see it. The only way we'll get to see the Rams is the Super Bowl. That's the only way it's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to it.
How fast are you?
How slow am I? What did you say? I'm fast enough. I get the job done.
What's your favorite NFL team except the Browns and the Rams?
Ooh.
Good question. I grew up, picture this, I'm from Maryland. They love the football team out there, but I actually grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Okay, LeBron. Okay, LeBron. Okay, LeBron.
Is it bad?
One more time.
Is it bad? Bad as fuck.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, Hyattsville, Maryland.
Where is it?
Hyattsville, Maryland.
What is the toughest NFL game you've ever played?
Ooh.
Toughest NFL game.
Ooh. That's a good one.
I'd have to say, I'm trying to think of a team that just like hits. I don't know. We had a couple back and forths with the Saints when I was in LA. We had a couple tough games against them, so I have to go with them.
How many hours do you practice a week?
A week. So honestly, really, you can't really run ourselves to the ground before Sunday. So like Wednesdays and Thursdays are like our hardest days, and we're in the building from like 7 to 5:30, 6. So it's long days, but it's not really physically taxing. It's a lot of mental things, but we have some long days during the week.
So you've been here for like, what, 6 months?
Not even.
What's your favorite restaurant up in Cleveland?
Ooh.
Favorite restaurant? I don't want to go too cliche. I don't want to say Marble Room, but have you ever been to Blue Point? Yeah, that's my spot. I go to Blue Point. I really like it there, so it's solid food. Favorite person to tackle? I say, that's tough. I say Julio Jones, just because, you know, in high school and college, he was that guy. He's always been, you know, the best. He might be still the best. And, you know, getting him on the ground is tough to do, and I did it a few times when I was cool.
So let me ask, you as Browns players, you guys talk about the excitement to bring a winner back to Cleveland. You guys talk about that much?
Oh yeah, like you said, you know, after that free agency period and, you know, after the draft, just seeing the additions that we made, it's all to win. It's not just, you know, for flash and frills. I feel like, you know, the Cowboys, even the Rams, they sometimes bring guys in just because, but we really locked in on bringing the right people in to win now. So we definitely talk about it. You know, we want to shoot for that goal of bringing that trophy back to Cleveland. And it's contagious. You know, the whole city's talking about it, and we just got to continue to put the work in and make it happen for you.
Brian, I've got a viewer question. What kind of crowd are you expecting, Browns-wise, fans in Minnesota?
Oh, Minnesota, that's nearby. I expect close to half and half. That's what I expect, close to half and half. That's a hostile environment. I played there, so we definitely going to need some Browns jerseys in that stadium.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? That's tough. I like all types of food. If I had to pick just one, I'm gonna go with some fried chicken, mac and cheese. Some collard greens. I'm gonna go with like some soul food. I'm telling you.
How did it feel to get robbed from that interception on Sunday?
Oh, we can't talk about that. He'll get fined. He'll get fined. We can't talk about that.
You know what? You know, anytime you get your hands on the ball, it's a good sign. And I say they come in bunches. So whether they're counted or not, I feel a lot more coming my way. So it was cool. It's all good.
We had Browns at 9 sacks. My question is, can we double that against Ben Roethlisberger?
If there's a team to make that happen, it'll be them. So how many is that? 18? Untouchable. That'd be a record that would never get touched. Look, we're shooting for it though. We can get one of them.
What's your favorite hitting drill?
My favorite hitting drill.
Ooh.
We have a drill where we have like this, we call it a donut. It's like a big circle. And they roll it out, and there's a crash match, so you want to roll it on the ground. But they roll a little donut out, and you got to run and tackle. But when you tackle it, you have to roll. And it's just basically like a full speed running tackle. So I like running and hitting and rolling. I don't know why. It's always fun. It's more fun than actually like work to me, so I like it. One more time, please. Oh yeah, Todd was one of my best friends in the team. Great guy, great player. He's famous out in LA, so it was awesome playing with him.
Only answer if you remember, but who is the first person you've ever tackled?
I don't know him by name, but my first game, it was like I said, I was in 8th grade and. It was against Clinton. There's a town called Clinton, Maryland. I don't know his name, but I'm sure I heard him pretty bad that day.
How was Stefanski as the head coach?
Ooh.
How do you work with him? Because Cleveland, we've had plenty of them, and I want to see what your opinion is.
Oh yeah, he's a great person. I think, you know, aside from coaching, he's a great person. He wants to see everyone do well. And the coolest thing I like about him, we're in the heat of the battle against Kansas City. His demeanor never changed. His face never changed. We're up by 20, never changed. We're down, we're losing, he never changed. He just dialing plays up like a mad scientist. And, you know, he's very smart. He kind of reminds me of like a cooler, calmer version of Coach McVay. They're both very smart. They both know how to attack defenses. And I'm happy that he's my head coach. He does a lot for the players, keeps us healthy, keeps us ready to go. So I take my hat off to him. He's one of the best in the game. For sure.
What's your biggest goal in
My biggest goal, just to put my best work out there every week. You know, you never know when this game can be taken from you. You never know when your last time is going to be. So just each and every play, each and every game, just giving it my all. And at the end of the day, I can live with that. If I know to myself that I did that, I can live with that.
What's the significance behind like your number? Like, why did you choose the number 43?
Great question. So, coming out of, when I first got to Boston College, we had like summer workouts. The coaches weren't even there, just the strength coaches. And I like ended up proving to be like one of the freshmen that were going to play. Like I knew I was going to have an impact on the season. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting whatever number I want to. I'm going to do this and that. Like, we're good. I'm probably going to start, whatever. And I walk into the equipment room, and he says, yeah, and mind you, in college, you want like a lower number. You want a single digit if you can, but preferably a lower number. And they said, yeah, we're number 43 with a straight face. And I looked at them like, huh? I called my mom. I said, Mom, I want to transfer. They gave me number 43. They think I stink. They think I'm not good. I want out of here. So I ended up keeping it. And my junior year, I changed to number 9. Then when I got to the Rams, the guy on the phone said, the equipment manager there said, yeah, we have 2 numbers available. We have 39 and 43. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this number. I ended up telling him 39. And then I called him back shortly after, and I said, you know what, just give me that 43. It obviously means something. So I came to the Browns, a fullback had, Johnny Stanton had number 43, and he offered to give it to me. So I was just like, you know, let's run with it. And I'll probably keep it for the rest of my career, so it's good.
Who's the toughest quarterback you played against?
A lot of people think Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go with number 12 in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. He just can put the ball anywhere he wants. He doesn't have to get his feet set. He's so smart, you can't fool him. So I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers.
Who's the best wide receiver you ever played against?
I'm gonna go with. I already mentioned Julio Jones, so I'm not gonna say him. I'm gonna go with a guy that's kind of underrated. He's getting the recognition that he needs now, but Cooper Kupp in LA, he's one of a kind. Like people just don't understand the work that he does. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes work that he does for a football team, and I think he'll get the recognition soon.
Mine's not a question, more of a thank you, and out of all the speakers we've had, hats off to them, but your personality is killer, man.
Appreciate it.
No, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Good job.
And then we're going to do an auction up there. He's going to stay up there and help us. And then after that, he'll come down and get pictures with us. So, let's see. He's going to be so patiently. So you're
Out of all the positions you played, what's your favorite?
I'm gonna say, I think I like cornerback. Honestly, you're at the point of attack. You're up there in the mix. You get your hands on people. You're out on the island sometimes. It's just you and your opponent. So I like playing corner. I went to Boston College as a corner. I would have said in my junior year. So if I say corner.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player in the league right now, number 43 on the Cleveland Browns. How's my week laid out? Okay, great. That's a good question. So we play on Sundays typically, and then Monday we have a lift and we watch the game from Sunday. Tuesday we're off. That's how I'm able to spend time with you guys. Wednesday and Thursday, those are like our hard days where we practice for a long time, meet for a long time. Fridays is pretty short. We just do like red zone, like short distance stuff. And then Saturday is a walkthrough. You know, you don't want to run and stuff before the game on Sunday, and then Sunday we play. And then we just repeat that every week. So it's a pretty good routine to follow. But just Wednesdays and Thursdays are those taxing days, truthfully.
awesome. Well, you guys, when you come up to see if you have a question, you can ask him. We're going to get started the auction, and we're going to go with John. Amazing job. Like ditto what he said. Your personality is awesome.
Appreciate it.
And he's got a lot of years to be made.
Oh yeah, thank you all.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. Again, here with Wadsworth Youth Football
And
at
the first
the
one we're going to
Galaxy.
bid is
And we really appreciate
John is going to sign this to the winning bidder. Personalized.
we really appreciate John Johnson being here,
All right, first time he's holding up
answering our questions, and it was great for me to be a part of it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to shut off now. But hey, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense of being late. Until then, say goodnight, Shirley.